Hey everybody, it's Brick Waffle again, and we are back on Ark Survival Evolved on the center map, and today we need to do a little bit more gathering of things. We need to get some obsidian if we want to make scissors to tame our very unruly beard, and we also need to get quite a bit of chitin if we want to make some chitin armor, and maybe some other pieces as well, cementing paste, all that good stuff. So we need to find a couple of places. Obsidian, I'm not sure if there is any on this island, to be honest with you. There might be, and we're going to check here first, but I'm pretty sure there's going to be some scorpions and things. So if we look at our map and we zoom in a little bit, it's kind of hard to see with the shade. We're just at the very edge of the island, and we need to go kind of up to the top peak here. So let's start out by doing that. And I know we found crystal and metal last time. We'll see if we can find any obsidian too. Now, the other thing that we might want to do in the future is to get some kind of flying mount tame. Probably a pteranodon early on, and then eventually we'll get an Argentavis. That's the normal stuff you want to do. And a Quetzal will be a huge game changer, but that's going to be a while still. So while we're letting our trike recover some stamina, we have one trike arrow that we picked up off of something we killed. We just need to make some narcotics as well. So we need to make up some narco and get those mixed with the arrows. We'll be able to get something tamed pretty easily. And when we stop next time, we'll look at our engrams again to see what kind of patterns we have. I'm pretty sure we can get the pteranodon saddle already, and those should be easy enough to find. So, and there's one right there actually, speaking of which. So it'd be pretty good thing for us to go ahead and grab that. Let's go ahead and look at this pteranodon. I don't know if we have it. No, we don't yet. So do we have the pteranodon saddle? Level 35. So we don't actually have the ability. Next level we'll be able to get that. Perfect timing. So when we level up again, and that won't be too long, we'll go ahead and get that saddle made, and then we can start really scouting for resources. And we'll be able to haul a whole lot. That's harder to say than I thought. We will not be able to carry a lot with the pteranodon, but that's not a big deal. The important thing is to find the resources, and then we can worry about how to get them back a little bit later. So first thing we got to do is rest the trike again. But we really do have to just climb to the kind of back of this area where we found that metal and crystal before. If we're going to find any obsidian, that's where it's likely to be. If we don't find any up here, then I know where we can get some. It's just a matter of getting the raft out there to get it. And what are you? You're scary looking. We don't have a spyglass yet either. I think same kind of concern with that. That looks like a big scary dinosaur that I don't know what it is. It kind of looks like a mean duck. A big mean duck. And that's a raptor. I know what that one is. It's got big old claws. I think we saw this before. Yeah, I don't want to mess with that unless we have to. Same concern, especially when I don't have a spyglass and I don't know what level it is. If it's aggressive, it's going to attack me though, because I'm far too close. Let's see. What do we need to make a spyglass while we're at it? Probably wood, fiber, and crystal. Okay, we should make one of those. We should have made one of those to start this episode, but we'll go back and do that in a little bit. For now, let's go ahead and see if we can find some obsidian up here. I'm a little concerned. Are you aggressive? You really don't look like you are. I think if you were aggressive, you'd have attacked me by now. Yep, I think we're safe. The raptors are. Yeah, see, they're coming from this distance, and they're calling for friends, too. Can't really see anything. It's a terrible fight. There we go. One raptor's gone. With the knockback on a trike, that's not so bad. There we go. 115, wow. Outstanding. And our trike is leveled up. Let's work on stamina. Let's just keep going movement speed there. Alright, well, I don't know what the big duck monster is, but we're going to ignore him. Here's the metal. Good, so we're in the right rough area. If we're going to find any obsidian, I would think it would be near this stuff. But if not, we're going to have to go to either Lava Island or the big skull cave. Way in the other corner of the map. If we do that, it'll probably be a cut over to that. That's just too long of a voyage to put on camera. But we've got a little bit more area to check up here first. Yeah, I think stamina is the next thing to raise because we just can't sprint for very long. And it doesn't look like we're going to get much in the way of obsidian over here either. I see the metal and the crystal, and I think we're out of luck on the obsidian. Okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and head back, and then as soon as we do, I'm going to take the boat over and we'll go over to the Skull Island to get some stuff over there. Alright, we're back and we're on a boat. We're almost here to where I'm hoping to be at Skull Island. You can see we've just got some foundations, a couple boxes, and a bed. It's a very minimal raft upgrade from what we had before. And I did gain enough levels to get the Pteranodon saddle in the process of putting this together. I decided not to put this part on camera because, you know, it's a box with ramps on either end. It's not very exciting. But here we are at Skull Cave, and this could end very badly because, yes, there should be obsidian here, but there's also scorpions and centipedes and other dangerous things. And we are going to try to kill some of those too to get the chitin. And I think this is going to be the best place for us to disembark. So let's see if I can... Ooh, yeah, actually, you know what? There you go. Now they can't break our boxes or bed or anything while we're up here. And we can get this out. Now, hide armor is not the best for going into a volcano cave, but it is what we have, so we're going to wear it. And I'm going to try to avoid getting all the crystal, but yep, there's obsidian right here. Perfect. So we'll get some of this. I'm not going to be able to carry a whole lot of it, even though we do have a pretty impressive weight score now. But I'm just going to gather up as much obsidian as I can and ignore the metal and crystal, since those are pretty easy to get back where we are as well. Drop the stone when we get a little bit more. It's really a long trip. I mean, it was a good 15 minutes, 20 minutes, something like that, from where we are down to this island on a raft. And yeah, look at that. Bats we don't want to mess with. And I think we're just going to ignore all that stuff. So let's go ahead and drop our stone as well. You know what? We got our boxes. We can put it in the raft. We can make a couple runs up here. And we'll drop this off. Oh, you know, we're going to have to back the boat out to put this in here. Oh, we can't back the boat out. That's going to be frustrating. We'll have to turn it. There we go. Okay, perfect. Let's throw that in here. We'll throw that in the front box. Might as well grab the stone too. Why not? As long as we're dropping things off, we can always run back and make more trips. So this is actually looking pretty safe right now. Yeah, that's not too bad. Let's grab some more obsidian while we can. Maybe we'll go ahead and grab a little crystal while we're out here. I think that'd be okay too. I haven't seen any of the scorpions yet. And I kind of want to fight a couple of them as long as they don't get overwhelmed. I think, you know what, it used to be that they were all on top of this thing rather than inside of it. The bats are clearly still here, but I'm not seeing anything up on that ledge even. So that makes it pretty safe. I think, like I said, they used to be up on top. That may be where they still are. And there we go, we've leveled up again. 31 crystal. And let's go ahead and take a second to level up here. So our weight's at 300. I think I'm pretty happy with that. Movement speed's pretty good. Melee damage... Let's get our health up to 200 next and see if we can get any new recipes. I think what we can do is get the rest of our chitin set. Chitin gauntlets. Now we got the rest of those. Simple rifle ammo. Yeah, we're going to want that. Do we even have the long neck rifle yet, though? Let's see. We don't. And for that, we need the flare gun. So I think it's time to start looking at those things, too. So flare gun. And we can't get the long neck rifle. So that's going to be the next upgrade. When we have chitin armor and rifle and ammo, we're going to be sitting pretty. That's going to be fantastic for us in terms of survivability. The chitin armor is okay. It's a good holdover until we get the flak. And the rifle, though, that's a huge upgrade. No doubt about it. Okay, exactly 250 and 131. That's pretty nice. So I think that's sufficient. I'm going to take one quick look around the outside edge here and see if we can find any of the scorpions. And if we can't, we're just going to head back with our haul and be happy about it. Now, last time I played the center, there was no redwood, so we're definitely coming back here to explore that at some point. And I have no idea what that structure is. It kind of looks like a big old land bridge. So we'll have to play around with that too. Yeah, that's really exciting. Okay, that, I don't want to fall in the water and get eaten by sharks. I think we're done. I don't think there's any other scorpions up there to be had. That's okay with me. There will be other scorpions to find, and I'm not going to worry about it. So one more cut here. I'm going to go ahead and get back on the raft and sail all the way back home. It's a long trip just to get obsidian, but if you guys didn't know about this place in the center, you should. It's just full of stuff. If you play on a PvP server, it's going to be hard to get to. I'm sure people either have that claimed or coming over here to harvest, and you're going to have a hard time if you're starting out. But in my case, where I'm single player, that's pretty outstanding. Alright, so just to give you a reference, there we are. It's that little circular island, and now I got to sail all the way back up to our little horseshoe. I went around the outside of the previous islands last time. I'm going to cut a little bit straighter course now. Alright, we're back. We got everything transferred into the smithy here. We've got some of the metal from the forge going, and I think we have enough now. Yeah, there we go. We can make scissors and poop on the floor, and then we can give ourselves a haircut here. We're still going to need to get more chitin to make armor, but I did want to make some cementing paste. It's kind of a pain to use otherwise. Let's go ahead and use item. Use item? No? We gotta put it in here and use it. Bring those back out and chippity chop my beard. No? Right click? There it goes. Right click. Wow, look at that. That is terrifying. What is Afro Mohawk? Ooh, Mohawk's kind of scary. Let's do that. And then let's do hair length. Let's do a short Mohawk. Just a little one sticking out on top of my head. There we go. That's a scary survival man haircut. Let's do, do you want to do a mustache, a goatee, a dread beard? Ooh, that's not good. Let's do a mustache. And we're going to make that mustache a little bit shorter. I look like Magnum PI with a mohawk. Let's not do that one. Goatee. How about if we go short little goatee? Can we zoom in at all? Can we? There we go. Hey, look at that. Let's bring that out to about there-ish. Yeah, that looks pretty good. I think we're going to go with that. Accept. And now we have some human hair, which is not super exciting. I'm sure that's useful for something. I just don't know what yet. And now we need to get more chitin to make this armor. So, got everything going. We've still got more metal in the forge. We've smelted up almost all of it. 40 more raw metal, and that's going to be 20 more ingots. So we'll have 150 of that when we're all done. Actually, I could grab all of that and make a compass, but you know what? I don't think I need that. Really, I just need lots of chitin. Actually, not even that much chitin. 15, 25, 37, 57, 62, 82? 82? So if we get about 100 chitin, we have plenty of stuff to both make the armor and also repair it. Before I do that, though, let's queue up a little bit of narcotics. So we've got some berries, and we got some rotten meat. And I think we might even have a little bit more rotten meat in the mortar and pestle anyway. Do we? No, we don't. We got keratin in there, though. And did we put a second mortar and pestle up here? I don't remember. We did not, but I think I want to move this up here so all the crafting stuff is in one place. Pick up. There we go. And these boxes I replaced with the regular storage boxes with S+. The regular storage boxes, every time I log in, their inventory gets bugged out and I can't use them and I gotta destroy the stuff that's on them. So that's frustrating, but I got I got S+ boxes now to replace that. So hopefully that's gonna be much easier to use. Let's see about, there we go. So now I got this on the table, and let's put those in here, and let's make up 13 narcotics. That's not bad at all. Throw some of the keratin in there, and that's going to let us make about half of our arrows into trank arrows. So can we make some more arrows while we're here too? We need flint, and what is it for arrows? Arrows. Thatch and fiber. Okay, there's that. Nope. Stop. Thatch and fiber. There we are. Craft 19 more of those. Oh, and it's going to rain again. And it only ever thunderstorms. So we'll do that. And then let's queue up some other arrows. 13 narco arrows. And those are going to go in our bow. Alright. So I'm going to go in this loud thunderstorm. I can't jump while I'm crafting this. There we go. I'm going to go look for some chitin. And I'll be back with you guys again shortly. Alright, we are back at not the volcano island, but the North Island. It's somewhat near it, and there is all sorts of crazy stuff. It's still thunderstorming, and we are going to see about shooting this scorpion. If we can get him to come over here, that would be amazing. Did we miss? I think we missed a little bit. Oh, come on, that should have hit. I don't have enough of these to be wasting. Oh, there it goes. The rain's going to stop. That's nice. Oh, it's just short. I don't really want to go over there, but I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. There we are. Did we miss again? Really? There it goes. Right in his face. Her face, apparently. And I think what we want to do is use an axe because it's like hide. There we go. Look at that. Off of the first scorpion, we have enough to probably make our set of armor and have a little bit of buffer in terms of repairing. But I want to go ahead and get at least one more scorpion while we're here. We'll be careful of those two Rexes going over there and wrecking stuff on the island. If they turn around this way, we're going to sprint back to the raft and we'll be out of here. There's some Archies over here. How do you misplace two Rexes? There they are. Okay. Like, they're not exactly small. Looks like they are eating up all the birds over there. I think we're going to go back to the raft and maybe sail around this little island a little bit more. Get one more of those scorpions, and then we'll head back and make our armor. And in hindsight, I probably should have gone ahead and thrown a smithy on this boat too. At least this way you can kind of see what the raft looks like. It's just a big box with ramps on either end. And if we can get under here, there we go, we can pop right through. And you can't really see it, but I am in the cockpit here. If I turn around, yeah, there you go, you saw this part before. Little ramp down to the steering area. So very, very simple design. It works out okay, and it allows us to keep the boat a little bit safe. So we're going to go around this side of the island, see if we can get one more of those scorpions, maybe a couple if we can get a pack of them there. That wasn't too bad. A couple of arrows, even with the wasted arrows. I think that's not going to be a problem. Looks like there's a Carno over there. Lots of saber-tooths over here. A couple of raptors. And I just want to avoid all of the things that will kill me quickly and eat my face. Now, you guys may have noticed I've got a spyglass now. That's huge. The thing that I thought looked like a duck monster is apparently a Dinosaur. I think that's right. And they don't appear to be aggressive, but man, they tear stuff up when they get attacked. I saw a Carno attack a group of them, and they just tore it to pieces. So, good to know. And is that raptor going to chase me? He might, but I don't think he's going to follow me out too far in the water. He's going to have a bad time if he does. Yeah, he's going to swim out here a little bit. Not worried about raptors, but the Carnos, if they swim out here, we're going to be gone. Ooh, that is a Giga. We're not going anywhere near that. There is a pair of scorpions inland a little bit. I don't think I want to go for that with a Giga right there, though. I think that's going to be... Can I... Oh, this is such a bad idea. I wonder if I can get the scorpions out here without luring the Giga out here. I want to be faced the right way too, so I can get right out of here when I need to. No, I don't want to do that because I'm going to end up getting Carnos. I think we're going to be happy with what we have for now, and I will get more chitin later on. Let me sail on back to our island, which is right over here, and then I'll bring you guys back again. Just no point in risking it. Alright, we are back again, and the rest of our metal's been smelted. We have one spark powder left, and let's go ahead and throw some of that in here, and some of that in there, and we should be able to make our chitin armor now. So, helmet, gloves, boots, shirt, and pants. Just enough. And we'll have a little bit left over here, but not too much. And I think what we'll do is we'll just keep the hide armor in there. Once we're done swapping out, we'll just throw that all in here as a backup set. So if we do die and have to come back, at least we've got something. There we go. And the pants. Alright, so transfer all that in there. And let's go ahead and throw... Oops, nope, not that. In here, let's throw that in there. And I think that's enough to make at least one more narcotic. There we go. So, last thing we want to do now is see about getting one of those Pteranodon. Now, we've seen a bunch of them down here in the past, and we've seen some up at the top of the hill, and I think I'm going to start by going up there. And let's go ahead and get the crossbow reloaded, just in case we run into something we need to kill. Get that bow loaded up. There we are. So let's run up here and see if we can't knock out a Pteranodon while we're at it. And then we'll be really ready to go and look for metal and find stuff. So now we have our spyglass, we got our armor. And what level are you, guy? 5, yeah, we're not getting you. You can live. Well, you're gonna live either way, but you can stay up there. Really would be nice to have a tranquilizer dart, but we're a long way from that too. I'm cold. Okay, yeah, that's nice. Ice cold. Man, there's a lot of metal up here. That's great. We're not going to be having any shortage of that when we get into metal armor, flak, and that sort of thing. We should not have any problems with guns and ammo either. I think the hardest part's just going to be burn enough wood to make enough charcoal for gunpowder. But I'll do some of that in between episodes as well. Let's see, where is a Pteranodon? What are you? Level 20 Therinosaurus. Ooh. Ooh, that's not good. Oh man. Uh-oh, I'm unconscious. That's gonna be the death of me. Well, bummer. We'll come back and get our body. No, our Dimorphodon killed it. Will we wake up or die? Bugs are coming at us. It's going to be close. Oh, Meganura. Dragonflies. Very frustrating. Okay, let's use the island-based bed, and we'll go get our stuff back. Darn. Alright, well, it's raining again, and I discovered that the Dinosaurs are absolutely aggressive as long as you're on foot. So let's see if we can get our corpse back again. And there we go. It broke almost all of our armor already, and we are definitely not going to be getting any tames anytime soon. So I'm going to head back, get on the boat, and I think we're going to wrap that up for today. Unfortunately, I'm just out of time to keep looking for a Pteranodon, but I'll gather up some more materials, get everything repaired, and we'll pick this back up again next time. So hopefully you guys did like today's episode. If you did, please be sure to hit that like button. If you really liked it, then make sure to subscribe. And as always, I've been Brickwaffle. Thank you for watching.